Much love, and I'm Wayne Johnson with Doc and Queen Ministries, best-selling author of the book entitled Every Child Deserves a Father. The Lord shared this with me and led me to this particular scripture on this morning. So I just want to share it with you. We're going to be coming from Proverbs chapter 31, verse 8 and 9. And it reads, "Speak up for people who cannot speak for themselves. Help people who are in trouble. Stand up for what you know is right and judge all people fairly. Protect the rights of the poor and those who need help." It's just interesting that the Lord led me to this on this morning. And the reason why I think that is interesting is because as I grew up basically as an only child, I always been kind of smaller frame compared to most of my peers all my life. But I've always had a passion for saving people who were in trouble. And what I mean that is, I used to always want to help someone who was getting, quote unquote, back in our day, we called it being double banked. And a lot of times, people who were in that position, I didn't know either of the party. For some reason, I just always had a problem with people fighting each other. Because one, I always looked at it like this. If something belongs to you, you shouldn't have to fight for something that already belongs to you. And if it doesn't belong to you, why are you fighting for something that doesn't belong to you? So it's interesting, as I'm waking up this morning and I'm just sitting there meditating, and I stumble upon this: speaking up for people who cannot speak for themselves. Now, when I graduated many years back, my first job that I started with my degree was working with autistic kids, and most of them were nonverbal. Now, I know this doesn't mean just those who cannot speak nonverbal, but it's just interesting how the Lord leads us to certain things. Also, the verse goes on and says, help people who are in trouble. So I've already kind of spoken about that. Then it says, stand up for what you know is right and judge all people fairly. I try to do my best of looking at things where everything is kind of studied, or come up with the opinion of trying not to be biased. Have a lot of good friends who come to me or think that I have a little bit of knowledge about sports, and they know that a lot of times I try to keep my bias and my personal opinions and try to take it from what it is. Then the last part of this verse 9 says, protect the rights of the poor and those who need help. I think I said in a much earlier video some months back how when I was a kid I used to always want to give to the Salvation Army man who would be on the side, especially during the Christmas holidays. So God will lead you things, and I hope that this short scripture will help you with doing the same. We have to be about the business of God, and this Proverbs chapter 31 verses 8 and 9 gives us and tells us how we are to help those who are a little bit less fortunate than us, at least during that moment. Take care, God bless, and once again, much love.